Ladies and gentlemen, cats and kittens, boys and girls, I'm Carbonor. Welcome to my channel, and welcome to the 250th anniversary of the United States of America as well. You know, that's a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big deal. I'm kind of proud of it. There's a lot of people over here kind of proud of it. I know there's a lot of people who aren't proud of it, and those people can go, pound sand. Those people can go fuck themselves right up the ass. Because this is a pretty awesome country, and nobody said that we would last. But nobody said that we would last 100 years, let alone 250 years, and here we are, still trucking along. I know there's a lot of people who are trying to make that not a thing, but we still are trucking right along. So I hope all is warm and well in your world today. I hope you're willing to join me for a little bit for the next 2 days. I'm going to be streaming as much as I possibly can. Little subathon to celebrate the birthday of my nation. So yeah, here we are. And as is becoming kind of tradition with my live streams, as we start with, or my subathons, excuse me, not my live streams, my subathons, we will be starting with a ball pit. We're going to get a couple hours in there. Oh my God, I dropped my lighter. No, it's horrible. It's horrible. Already, things are already off the rails. Like right off the bat, things are already off the rails. But yes, I hope everything is well. My traditional thing is to say warm and well in your world today, but I imagine that most of the world is hot, not warm right now. I know I'm pretty hot, unfortunately, as my air conditioner is still broke. But as I said earlier in the week with my post, it's supposed to be cooling down a little bit. From I think we hit the height of the current heat wave, and it's going to chill a little bit. It's supposed to rain a little bit over the next few days. So hoping to God that's going to make it bearable. But regardless, here we are. Here we are. So why can't I hear anything? There's no music. What's happening here? What is happening here? There's no. What? Okay. I am confused. Put you on the different. Oh. What? 40? 40? So are you working now? What is happening? Why is there no volume? Do I have the sound turned off? Ah, yes, okay. That would explain it. Why would I have turned down the music though? Yeah. Okay. I don't want it to be too loud. Okay. Why would I have done that? I cannot imagine why I would have done that. But that's much better. As you can see, since the last time I played this, which was probably the last subathon. I mean, I've been playing it, you know, obviously keeping my harvest going and whatnot, leveling up people, going over the same old missions, and a few of them I've done for some of the newer missions as well. You know, because I had to. I can't turn this game into like the eternal. You know, I'm gonna be playing it for fucking ever or some shit. But yes, as you see, my resources and my gold are pretty high. Pretty high. These guys kind of knock that shit out now. Got one lone dude bouncing around the city. There's nothing really for him to do over there or collect. They always clear out the wheat and the rocks easily, but the trees. That's probably because I have too many trees. But that's fine. I'm sure I will have to fix that at some point. But for now, it's all good. It's all gravy. So let's see what we can do here. Now, as you can see, I've gotten everybody at least to the third. Everybody has at least completed the third level. I did that. I did that. I had to. Now, we're going to go into a new level. We're going to take the twins. So the smoldering depths are the one that we're looking for now. Now, I'm not sure where the DLC is. I know there is DLC. I know, you know, and it's free. You know, it's not like I had to buy it or anything. I just don't know when it becomes available. I don't know if you had to complete the complete game. You know, if you had to beat the base game before that comes out. I don't know. This is a tough choice. Lightning is always good, but I really like poison too. Poison. We're going for poison. Nah. Yeah, I guess we'll do that one. Should I turn that up a little bit? I feel like I should turn the music up a bit more. Maybe a little more on the sound effects. And I think we're gonna yeah. I don't like light. I don't like it. I'm just gonna admit it. Now, is that little puddle of magma, is that gonna burn me? Or is that just gonna slow me down? It burns. It burns. That's not right. None of the other ones have any kind of effect like that. That's not cool. Fucker. I'm not pleased by that at all. That at all. So yeah, we're gonna do this one for a couple hours. And then we'll switch to another game. And we're just gonna do that for the next 2 days. Gonna take as few breaks as possible. Sleep as little as possible. I want to do that one. Yeah, okay. We'll fuse that. Just gonna be streaming. I've got 58 more subscribers needed to hit the 500 mark, which will unlock super chats and memberships. So that is the goal, to get as close to that as possible over the next couple of days as we celebrate the wonderful holiday. I don't need that because my shit already goes through stuff, so we'll just do that. Oh, that one throws little ones. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Yeah. You always got to pick lasers when lasers become available. You'd be a fool not to. They're just really, they're so devastating. I'm good. I don't recognize your name. Is that Harris? Did you change your name? Welcome to the channel, though, by the way, if you are new. If you are Harris, then good to see you. Oh, okay. All right. Harris changed his name. Okay, cool. How's it going, dude? I did not expect to see you at this time of day. But it's a pleasure to have you here. We'll go with you. Harris says I'm still on TFD, so you're playing right now? Yes, sir, he says. I'll get on that round about the same time as I usually do. I watched, alright, I can't lie. The only part of the dev stream, the 6-hour fucking dev stream that I watched, was the part about Raven. So I don't really know what's going on. I just know Raven is fucking awesome. I'm quite pleased with the character, because it's not just the character of Raven. Her background is apparently, for those of you who may not know, her background is tied to Viesa's. So we may get some more info about Viesa's past. Now, of course, one might think immediately that, oh, that's cool, so she's going to be like Viesa's sister or something. But I think we all know the first Descendant devs well enough to know that it's not going to be something warm and fuzzy like that. More than likely, okay. She's a gun descendant. Yeah, I know. Shotgun descendant, and that's pretty cool. I would like her to be VS's sister. I know that's a pipe dream, and that's not going to happen. But my other two theories are that either she is part of VS's crew when VS was a smuggler, because, you know, it may not be widely known that VS has a shady past before she became a descendant. So there's a possibility that Raven could be part of her crew, part of her, you know, her people, her soldiers, or whatever. But I think knowing the devs and experiencing the stories that I have thus far, and how none of these people are allowed to be happy, most likely Viesa probably did something to kill somebody that was close to Raven. Something, maybe not directly, probably not directly killed her or killed the person, but probably something that she did, you know, being a smuggler, somehow inadvertently caused somebody's death, and Raven is probably that person's child or fucking lover or some shit like that. It's probably going to be something along those lines, because, you know, it couldn't be a happy fuzzy thing like, oh, it's my sister, my long lost sister, or some shit. But I am intrigued because, you know, she's connected to Viesa, so that's pretty badass. The design, oh my god, that design is just bad fucking ass. I'm a big fan of Raven already. And I'm the only thing that I was looking at her base outfit, and I was thinking, really the only thing that I'm gonna probably do to this is maybe add some of that deep enamel black to a few places. But other than that, I'm totally cool with her color scheme as it is. I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with it. Also, I don't know the devs' names, the two devs that are always in the stream. What if Raven was Viesa's mom? I don't think they're going to do that, because they said Raven was 30, and I imagine Viesa is probably in her mid. I don't know. I'm sure it says somewhere. I'm sure there's some kind of wiki or something, or somewhere it's stated roughly how old she is. But I imagine Viesa is at least in her 20s, maybe mid 20s. So the math wouldn't really work out very well for that, for her to be her mom. That's what Harris said. What if Raven is Viesa's mom? So I don't think it's going to be that. It's possible, you know. It's a weird sci-fi alien high-tech fucking world. So I mean, you know, anything's possible. But I don't know. I think if it's going to be familial, sister is probably the best way to go with it. But like I said, it's not going to be something pleasant like that. It's going to be something fucking horrible. You know. Monet, also new descendant. I didn't see that. Is that a? I didn't see that one. Dude, I assume. Look at all those goddamn balls behind them. Jesus Christ. But yes, the devs, the non-English speaking dev, the one that wears the glasses. he was very adamant that they discuss certain characteristics of Raven, and that it was better than Serena. So I'm assuming what he gets than Serena does. So I guess Raven will hold the crown as the biggest titted descendant. But which only makes sense because everybody loves a big titty fucking goth girl. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves a big titty goth girl. Even Koreans, it would seem. I thought that was pretty funny because after they introduced the character, he was like, and we really need to stress certain and I was just like, oh, I get it. You're saying she's got bigger tits than Serena. Okay. I like where your priorities are at, Dev. Oh, no. Harris says, do you have problems with titties? Not at all. Like I said, everybody loves a big titty goth girl. I just know there's going to be a lot of Serena simps out there that are going to be mad that somebody is more developed, I guess you could say, than Serena, the goddess Serena. Because, I mean, some people simp for all these girls, but the Serena simp hard. They simp hard. Harris says, my girl won't let me buy the summer skin for Serena. It's just a bikini. It's just a bikini. It ain't gonna hurt nobody. I did look at all the different swimsuits, and there are a couple of them that I'm intrigued by. Like, and there's some of them that I was hoping I would like that I ended up not liking. Like, for instance, Inez. I love Inez's because Inez's seems more like a uniform. You know what I'm saying? It's got some sci-fi stuff thrown in there. Got a little jacket on. The shoes aren't bad. They look kind of, they look appropriate for the outfit, not just fucking sandals that you wear to a beach. They kind of look nice. So hers, I think they did the best job on because it really seems more like, yes, it's clearly a bathing suit, but at the same time, it also has elements of an actual like suit. You could easily see, maybe with some higher up boots, maybe some calf boots or something like that. You could easily see that as being a superhero, an X-Men or something like that costume that somebody would have worn in the 90s. Not anymore, because you can't have women wearing form-fitting clothes in comic books anymore. They got to wear frumpy dumpy shit. They got to be fucking drunk bitches that don't want to do anything but sit and eat and talk. That's what comic books are these days. There's never really anything going on. They just sit in restaurants a lot and talk about stuff. Because, current writers, woke writers, don't know how to do anything else but relationships and CW bullshit. So I liked Inez's. I wanted to like Glaze, but there's just something about the cut of it on her boobs that is weird. It looks it looks weird when you look at it straight on. Like I don't know how to describe it. It just doesn't look like it fits right. And I'm not like it's too small and oh, you know, it just it the way they designed it and the way it goes over the curves of the boobs, it's like that would not. There's no way that would stay. There's no way that would stay. I just don't like the design of it. Luna's is not bad. Luna's is not horrible. Haley's looks pretty good because again, there's a sci-fi element to it. It doesn't just look like somebody threw on a two-piece bikini and some sandals and called it a skin. There, you know, it looks like there's a bit more going on with it. I like Viessa's, you know, obviously because it's Viessa, but I'm just oh no, I didn't mean to do that. No shit. I didn't mean to restart. I don't want to restart. What is this? This is new. I've never seen that before. I don't want to do this again. So, abandon. Yes. Yes, abandon. But yeah, most of them I was just like, eh. Serena's looks really good. Harris's looks really good, but it's just bikinis. They're just basic bikinis, and it's just like, eh. Harris says, I want to buy Harris's swimsuit, but your girlfriend won't let you. What can I build? What can I build? What is this? Okay. Well, let's build that down here in the corner where we have those things. All right. And then we got this. Unlocks a new character. Okay. We're gonna have to put that. I need to move you. Let's move you over here. And let's build that. Right here. And then we will spin this one around. Like that. Do I have to? Yeah, it's under construction. Okay. So we'll pull you over here. Now, let's do some harvesting and get those two things built. Easy enough. This really is a fun game. I mean, it really is a fun game. It's, you know, there's not much to it. It's not a complicated game, but it's a lot of fun. The Tactician. Okay. Will this upgrade? No. And I know you don't upgrade. Now we'll move everybody back to where they need to be. Fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna put you right here. And the captain's house. Where the fuck can I put the captain's house? Probably needs to be close to the military stuff. Yeah, I don't hate it. But I'm gonna be honest, I've never been a big fan of leopard print. It's just, you know, I know it's supposed to be all rock and roll and everything like that, but I've just, leopard print's never done anything for me. Yeah, we'll connect. We'll do that. We'll put that there, and then we'll put you. But it looks good. I like the hair, the two-tone hair that you probably can't, you know, change both colors of, because that would be, you know, too cool. If you could do that. Ah. You know what? How about this? How about that? Let's do that. That works. That works for me. That works for me. Okay. 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 Now we need to put you. Where'd you go? Where did my gold thing go? Where did I put you? Is that it? Yeah. And then we'll spin you back around. Like so. There we go. Alright. Alright. Actually, we could just do this now. That's better. That's better. Okay. What does this guy do? Throws the iron. Battles become turn-based. What? How does that work? How the fuck does that work? I don't know. But we're going to... Yeah, we're going to take you. I still need 7 blueprints. Okay, that's a lot of... So I gotta do this one a few more times then, I guess. But yeah, I do like the nail swimsuit. It's pretty good. I logged on for a little bit last night and checked out, you know, everything, the new challenge and the, you know, the new shit to collect, and I got the nail bunny suit, and I got my Freyna medical officer outfit. So I got those things taken care of. What is this? What? Okay, I'm gonna have to try that one. Gonna have to try that one. These suck. We'll do that one, I guess. Wonder what the fucking comm ball fuses with. It's kind of handy, really. Keeps them back. That's very cool. Dynamite. Yeah, let's try that. No. Lightning it is. So yeah, some of you may not realize that this week I decided to take the last few days off of my live streams because of the ridiculous amount of heat. And it wouldn't normally be a problem, but I don't have air conditioning, and that is a problem. It's a very big problem. When I left for work today and yesterday, it was over 100 degrees inside my trailer. So, yeah. So I was kind of like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna try to live stream. But it's supposed to rain over the next few days and cool everything off a little bit. So here's hoping. I know my cats are... Oh, this is cool. All right. The whole screen, but everything but me freezes. I like that a lot. Yeah, my cats have not been enjoying it. But I've been doing everything I can to help regulate it, you know. I've got a bowl of water left in the... that I've got left in the the refrigerator. I've got a bottle of water that's frozen, and I'll rub them down with the water and then stroke them a few times with the frozen water bottle to get them all cooled down, and I do that every few hours. And that, much like I change their water bowls as well to keep it cold, so that, you know, because the last thing, it is not helpful when you're hot as fuck and you're thirsty to go drink of water and it's as hot as you are. That's not relief. So I'm doing all I can. I'm trying my best to be a responsible cat dad. There's not much I can do. If I could have the air conditioning, this wouldn't be a problem for any of us. But that's just not the way it's going to be for a while, sadly. If ever again. Because, $1,000 is a lot of goddamn money. $1,000 is a lot of goddamn money. And it is simply money that I do not have. So there's not much I can do. Nah, go for the lightning. Cigarette went out. Damn it. Where did you go? Fucking ladder. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta get in the ladder. It fell on the floor. Okay. Crisis averted. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm very intrigued by that time ball. Wow. Each time a ball hits a wall, it deals 30 extra damage on the next hit. That's, yeah, we'll go for that one. And then we can do this to make sure that it's hitting the wall as many times as it can. Let's go with that one. Fusion. Ooh, interesting. What is that gonna do? Blueprint! So I need 6 more. I doubt I'll get all 6 in this one go. No way I'm gonna be that lucky. Yo, we're doing that one. So did you? I don't think you ever answered me, Harris. What was Monet? That's the other new descendant. Is that a guy? They do, because they do the back and forth thing, right? A guy, a girl, a guy, a girl. So is that a dude? Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Harris says, give me a sec. Take your time. Let's do you. Yeah. Yes. What are you? Have I had you before? Surely I have, because it showed me what it was. The storm. Okay. That's good. Let's do you. I need some more blueprints, game. I need more stuff. giving me enough stuff. Monet descendant is male, not they, them. What? I didn't. What? I didn't mean to suggest or imply. Are you referring to me saying they go back and forth? That's not what I meant. That is not what I meant when I said back and forth. Do you know what his skills are? Do you know, is he what element he is, or is he non-attribute? Monet is male descendant. That's to be expected. Like I said, they do a guy, then they make a girl, then they make a guy, then they make a girl. I kind of like that, you know. I mean, I'm sure there's many of us that would be just as happy if they, not yet, says Harris. So they haven't released what he does yet. Okay. I'm sure there's many of us that would just be like, you guys could just make girls. I mean, really. Die! Jesus Christ, will you die? Goddamn. What is that? Fusion. That should be interesting. Ultimate Inez, Nail, and Serena or Daya probably next year. That's cool. Oh, I saw the Ultimate Haley outfit. That's not too bad. Doesn't look too bad. But I can already tell that Raven is probably going to be right behind Viessa in my preset list. She's probably going to bump Daya down. I also like the idea that we're going to be fighting an Albion now, and that Albion's going to be fucking destroyed. That's very cool. That's very cool. So we'll probably have a season where we have to deal with a broken, beat down Albion for a while until they get it rebuilt. Which also, when you think about it, it gives them a chance to like do some more things, like maybe add some shit to the lounge. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if I don't know exactly how it works, the technical end of it, you know. But you know, if they essentially have to start from the ground up on your home base, it seems like that, you know, maybe they could do some more with the lounges. That could be cool. I watched the little 2 minute and a half, 2 minute season 4 teaser trailer, It got me pumped. I ain't gonna lie, it got me pumped. Seeing all those big ass fucking ships in the sky and seeing Albion on fire, I was like, oh my god, oh my god, everything's about to change. Oh well, he got me. I gotta say, this dragon ain't shit. That dragon is not shit. Oh, okay, cool, excellent. Okay. Let's go back to base so we can get some shit built. So we need to move some shit around again. Put you over here. And I'm gonna have to replace all of my rocks with those now. As you see, I've got the upgrades for the others. So now we got to do that one, but first, unlocks a new character. Oh, this is an interesting building. How the am I gonna? Yeah, I guess that's what we're gonna have to do. That's not what I meant to do. God damn it. Well, it doesn't matter. Got it built pretty quick. The tunneler. Where the fuck am I gonna put that? God damn it. Man. Because that is such an awkward fucking shape. Where the fuck am I gonna put that? I don't want to have to get rid of these yet. Because then I'm going to have to line shit. I don't like that at all. Man, why they gotta give them these fucking weird ass shapes? This ain't Tetris, motherfuckers. don't like that at all. Harris says, "See, do you want to know where I'm from?" Sure. I never thought to ask. I don't like that at all. Fuck it, you'll just go there for now. Alright, we need to do... Oh, you're Malaysian. Oh, okay. Well, that kind of makes sense, because for some reason the algorithm pushes my shit in Malaysia more than it does in America even. I don't know why. I guess it's a time zone thing. I guess it's when I'm active. But yeah, there was last year, a few of my videos, one in particular, just absolutely caught on in Malaysia. And I gained like 200 fucking subscribers from it. I mean, it was ridiculously growing. But, I didn't have the money to pay my YouTube membership, my premium for 1 month. Harris says it's 1:49 p.m. now where he is. It is. Wait, that's not the right. Well, it is 1:49 here as well, just on the AM, the completely other end. But yeah, for some reason, it just decided to push my shit in Malaysia. And I was getting all kinds of subscribers, but then, like I said, my premium lapsed for a month, or actually for like a week is actually all it took. For a week. And of course, if you're not paying them, they're not going to push your shit. And that ended my growth spurt. But yeah, that's where one of the largest percentages of my audience is from where you're at, which is odd. It's so odd to just be a dude, in the southern United States, sitting in his trailer, and there's people watching my shit half a world away. It's crazy. It's just it's weird if you think about it. And oh yes, we need to do this. I have to delete all of these in order to make the new ones. So that's going to be a fun little thing. But you know what? We're going to save that. I will do that off screen. Because it's not like I'm needing resources at the moment. So I will handle that off stream. And now we're going to let's take you. 5 more blueprints. Oh my God, that's so many. That's so many. I guess we'll go with that one. Yeah, fuck it. Always upgrade the lasers. That's a good one. Yeah, we're doing that one. There we go. Level 2 on that bitch. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not finding this level to be particularly challenging. Of course, I am using the twins. And the twins, once you figure out how to play them, how to use them, they're fucking potent. That did not impress me. I did not really see it doing anything. We're gonna... Hey! Let's do that one. I remember, you know, going back to that, you being from Malaysia and how odd it is to, you know, to be sitting in your bedroom and broadcasting all over the world, you know, kind of thing. I used to think the same thing essentially way back when, like many years ago. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's been so long now. I used to customize action figures. You know, basically use extra figures and a lot of times intentionally buy figures that I already had a version of with no, I have not. Harris says, have you ever been in Malaysia? No, I have not. I've never been outside of the States, outside of the United States. Never been, and I won't ever, because I don't like flying and I don't like the ocean. So I'm content with just being where I am. I have no doubt that it is lovely over there. It is just the getting there. And the creature comforts, of course, as well. You know, there's a lot of things that Americans are used to that when we go other places in the world, we're like, wait, you don't have this? Why do you not have this? Harris says, I have friends from New York. Like, in-person friends? Like not just people on the internet? Fire. Harris says, yep. That's awesome. In person. Cool. but as I was saying, I used to customize action figures, and I was, you know, a member of this forum and everything like that. And for a while, not for very long, because I found no joy in it. I did it first, but eventually it was just it was just like I don't like doing this anymore. But I would sell, you know, I would take commissions. People would see the things that I had created, and they'd be like, "I'll pay you this much if you'll make me one." And so I did that for a while, and I was shipping those all over the world, and it was pretty cool to think that something that I put love and care into creating, you know, God knows where they ended up. I know there was a couple in South America. There was a couple, I think there was one in Brazil. There was all kinds of all over the place. I was shipping these things, and it was like, that's kind of cool. But yeah, those times ended when DC decided to shit can their universe and start over again. When they did New 52, I was like, yeah, I'm done. Because they had created such a fucking well-connected universe. Everything, it was just such a beautiful universe for like 7 years, 8 years maybe. I mean, really, it was the culmination of everything that had happened since the fucking 80s. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, so you're talking like goddamn 20, 30 year fucking history on some of this shit. And they just decided, okay, we're going to start over again. I was just like, man, fuck you guys. And I lost interest in it. And then he was kind of like my partner on the forum. At one point, even he and I were put in charge of the forum, because it kind of did like that. Everybody who was on the forum, you know, they would be in charge of it for a while, and they'd be like, okay, I'm done, somebody else needs to take this. And me and him, Talon, ended up being the people who ran it for a while. He was my brother from another mother. I loved that dude like a fucking brother. He was from Hawaii, and of course I'm from Tennessee, and you know, that's like, it's considered on the East Coast of America, but it's really center east, sorta. We're not like on a coast or anything. But if that motherfucker had called me in the middle of the night and said, dude, I need you here, I would have got the fuck up and been on a plane to go fucking help do whatever the fuck he needed me to fucking do. And I know he would have done the same. I mean, it was the closest friendship I had ever had with somebody that I had never met face to face. I mean, dude, we would call each other and fucking, you know, when, you know, one of us would log on to the forum and then the other one would log on and see that they're on, and then we would just call each other and just shoot the shit and bullshit about comic books and music and wrestling and just fucking everything, dude. He was such a fucking awesome dude, and he ended up having, it was something to do with his heart, you know, because after the forum went down, everybody tried to keep track of each other on Facebook, and it was a lot harder to do, and everybody kind of lost contact with each other, and me and him didn't get to talk as much as we used to. And somewhere in between that, he developed some kind of heart condition that it took him down within a matter of fucking weeks, and he was gone. He was fucking gone. And it absolutely fucking devastated me. It fucking devastated me to the point that I was like, I don't care about comics. I don't care about toys. I don't care about any of this shit anymore. And I stopped making custom figures after that. And it just, the love of all of it just went the fuck away. I mean, I still collected, you know, and there's still stuff that if I had the money, You know, if I had the money like I had at that time, the economy was not quite as shit as it is now. Back then, you know, you could have a job like I have right now and be able to buy little luxuries like a shitload of fucking comic books and, you know, and toys and stuff like that, and still be able to buy groceries and pay your bills. Those times do not exist right now. They do not exist right now. So, you know, if I did have the money, I would still buy stuff. I'm not sure that I would ever go back to customizing, because, you know, it's just there's just too much association with Talon now. But you can see, I don't know if everybody knows this, but you know, I have my original character simulated wrestling federations. I have the men's division and the women's division, right? And I don't, you know, a lot of you probably don't pay attention to those because it's a very niche thing. You know, not everybody is interested in seeing people's original character simulated wrestling federations. But I am in the men's division. Me as Carbonor is I'm one of the wrestlers in the federation, and my partner is Talon. I created him. I never had any pictures of him that I could use to make a face, so I just had to fucking come up with a generic face and try to make it look as much like him as I could. But yeah, he lives on. He lives on in my wrestling federation. You know, when you don't have to meet or know somebody face to face. You know, you don't to have a connection with them, to have, you know, to just be like, dude, I'd take a bullet for this guy, because I know goddamn well he felt the exact same way about me. I know the exact same well, I know full well that he would do the exact same thing, that he would take a bullet. He would have taken a bullet for me, and I happily would have took a bullet for him. He was my brother. I never met the man, and he was my brother. My friend from New York was a girl. She was 30 plus, over 30. Got me all sentimental. God, I love that guy. Yeah, I mean, I can't put into words the impact that he had on my life, and the impact that losing him had on me as a person. I can't explain it. I can't put it into words. It was just, there was a Carbonor before, and then there was a Carbonor after, and they were not the same person. Hey, let's try to change the subject. Let's not talk about things quite so depressing as losing loved ones. Harris says, I get it. Yeah. Not many things make me feel like crying, but when I start thinking about him, it So anyway, Supergirl shit the bed. $38 million in its opening weekend. Oh my holy God. That is so bad. That is so bad. And you know what was really cool? What was really cool is, because the way I do my movie reviews, the way I've decided to do them is that I'm going to go see the movie. I avoid all other people's early reviews, and shit like that. I avoid that. Yeah, that's true. Harris said memories are very special because they never come back. That is true. That is true. But I avoid reviews intentionally because I don't want it to seem like I'm repeating what other people say. I want to go into it and give my thoughts on it completely untouched by anybody else's opinions, and what they say. So what I do with what I've decided that I'm doing with my reviews is that I go see the movie, and then after the movie I go sit in my car and I record my review. Just right there in the car, however long it takes, sitting there, and I record my review. And then I come home and I add, GIFs or background stuff, background motion. Like if you saw the latest Supergirl, you'll see that there's stuff that I've recorded of me playing the first Descendant, just to have something in the background. So I don't look at what anybody else says until after I have recorded mine and uploaded it, and then I'll start seeing what other people say about it. And it is amazing to me how similar everything that I said is to what other people were saying about it. It's kind of it's like oh shit, I was right. All these people are saying the same things. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. It happened with the back rooms, it's happened at it happened with He-Man. And it's happened with Supergirl. Is that I'll see people touch on the very same things that I say, that probably a little more eloquently than I do, because I'm just a redneck goober. I'm not a redneck. I'm Southern. I'm not a redneck. I'm a metalhead. There's a difference. Just because I'm from the South, but most people would say, would tend towards, well, you're from the South, so you've got some redneck in you. And I guess I do have some redneck in me. It's hard to avoid that when you're surrounded by them. What is this? Ooh. I like that one. Who are you? Hidden Temple. Where am I gonna put this shit? Man, I don't want to have to be puzzle piecing shit together. Look at this beautiful city I've crafted. And now I'm gonna have to shove everything close together, and it's gonna look jam-packed, and I'm not gonna like it. Damn it. . I'm gonna have to get rid of these last two pieces. I'm gonna have to, and that sucks balls. Damn it. Okay, so we need to move you. And you. Oh, fuck you. Damn it. Alright, we'll do it like that. Harvest. Need to point you at that. Bam. Run, you little bitches. Yeah, 38 fucking million, dude. I'm sorry. James Gunn is done. His little fucking time as the head of the DC cinematic universe is done. Superman, it made some money, but don't let them convince you that it was some kind of fucking massive success, because it wasn't. It did less money than the Man of Steel, than the Zack Snyder Henry Cavill Man of Steel. It made less money. And then you have the fact that nobody gave a fuck about the Peacemaker show, either of the two seasons, and it's been canceled. Nobody gives a fuck about the cartoon Creature Commandos. So it's got another season, a second season, and it's probably going to get canceled after that. Nobody is going to like this piss poor interpretation of the Green Lanterns from this crime drama that they're coming out with. Nobody's going to like that at all. Nobody's going to go watch Clayface, because nobody knows who the fuck Clayface is. You made a movie about a Batman villain, and it's not like, the Penguin was a success as a TV show, but it was connected to a universe that essentially doesn't exist. The Robert Patterson fucking Batman. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Nobody gives a fuck about those movies. Nobody cares. They've got a sequel to that coming out, and then that shit's gonna be done. And it's just, I believe James Gunn is done. I believe his time is over. He fucked up. I heard somebody call him a one-trick pony, and that's really what he is. He is excellent at taking horribly flawed characters and making them entertaining and making you care about them. But he does not know how to deal with people who are not horribly broken. He doesn't know how to write a movie or write a script about people who are not pieces of shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you look at the Guardians of the Galaxy, it's, in my opinion, the Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, is the best movie that Marvel has made. Period. Hands down, the Guardians of the Galaxy is the best MCU movie that has ever been made. But all of those people are pieces of shit. And James Gunn knows how to write them to where they can rally and become heroes for a moment, but then they go back to essentially being pieces of shit. That's how he writes. That's how he writes stuff. He doesn't know how to take somebody like Superman, who is just an inherently good, decent human being. Well, alien. He's just a decent, good man. We'll just say man. James Gunn doesn't know what to do with that. He doesn't. He does. That's why he filled it with an ensemble cast, because he didn't know he didn't know what to do with somebody like that. He makes movies with lots of interesting characters and lots of stuff like that, but he doesn't know how to focus on one person, especially if that one person is supposed to be, you know, morally just in a lot of ways perfect. You know, he only knows how to deal with flawed people, and it shows. It shows. I don't know why the fuck anybody thought that the story that they decided to do for Supergirl was going to be successful. I don't know who the fuck was in that meeting and said, "Hey, we're going to turn Supergirl into a drunk bitch." Who greenlit that? Who was like, "Yes, let's do it. That's the most awesome thing we could possibly do, is we will just turn her into an irresponsible, drunk fucking bitch." And that's what they did. I've heard a lot of people saying that nobody likes Supergirl. There's all kinds of fucking people that like Supergirl when you handle her correctly. When you make her right, people love Supergirl. She's had some pretty successful runs in the comic books. You know what I'm saying? I own many of them. But this was not Supergirl. She's not Supergirl. And can we stop fucking pretending that some of these girls in Hollywood are fucking attractive? Millie Alcock is not fucking attractive. She's not pretty. If you look up plain in the goddamn dictionary, you will see a picture of that bitch's face. If you look up unextraordinary in the dictionary, there's her face too. She is the most just, yeah, it's a person, it's a girl. Oh, you think she's attractive? Harris says who? You think she's pretty? I don't think she's pretty at all. At all. Like, at all. She doesn't have a nice body. You know, I'm sorry, she doesn't. She doesn't have a nice body. There's nothing impressive about her at all. Nothing impressive. She's mid, Harris says. Yeah. At best, she's mid. And I'm sorry, I don't need drop dead super fucking models, but look at the comic books. Look at the most successful comic books. Look at the most successful comic book artists. They draw attractive people. You know? They draw attractive people. Nobody wants to see a dumpy, frumpy goddamn Supergirl. They want to see a fucking hot goddamn Supergirl. Sydney Sweeney is my goddess, Harris says. You know, I think I'm one of the few people out there. I believe Sydney Sweeney is attractive. I'm not arguing that she is not attractive. But I don't think she's all that. I legitimately don't think she's all that. She's just got really big tits, and she made an uproar because she might be conservative. So all the conservative people in America decided, oh, she's the hottest thing that ever lived because she may have voted Republican. It's like, I'm going to need more than that. I'm going to need more than that. But she apparently was one of the people being considered for Supergirl, which would have been a much better movie. Because people forget that movies, one of the essential things of movies is that it's visual. It's visual. You watch it. You're watching these things on the screen. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at all the pretty colors and all the explosions and all the aliens and all that stuff. It's visual. So if you don't have someone who's visually striking as the lead of your movie, right off the bat, you're hindering yourself. Right off the bat, you're putting people in a position to where they're like, I don't want to watch her for an hour and a half. Harris says, do you remember Madam Web? Sydney is in that movie. Yes, I do. I didn't see it. I have no intention to see it because nobody gives a fuck about Madam Web. Nobody cares. I would love to see a movie with Sydney Sweeney as the second Spider-Woman, who, that's who she was supposed to be, the second in the comic book. She was the second Spider-Woman. I would love to see that. But Madam Web is... Nobody gives a fuck about Madam Web. Okay? She is such an obscure fucking character that is not even really closely associated with Spider-Man. Not really at all. At all. And never was. But because she's got Web in her name, suddenly she gets pulled into the fucking Spider-Man universe. It was like, what? What the fuck are you doing? Nobody wants to see a Madam Web movie. That's why they put in what was it? Was it 3 or 4 bitches who were different spider fucking people? Different versions of the Spider Women and Spider Girl. That would have been a better movie. You know what I'm saying? If they had been in costume for like the majority of the movie instead of just like the visions that Madam Web was having of the future of them in costume. If we actually saw them as superheroes, that would have made it a different fucking thing. But that's not what we got. Here's another thing. Madam Web is supposed to be blind. Blind. The bitch in that movie was not blind. Yeah, there's lots of characters that Sydney Sweeney could do an excellent job playing in comic book universes. Yeah, oh yeah, Madam Web was a massive flop. Like a comically massive flop. But so has been everything that Sony has tried to do in the Spider-Man universe without putting Spider-Man in it. The first Venom movie was successful. The 2 that followed up, the 2 sequels, were not. Craven sucked balls. Madam Web sucked balls. Morbius sucked balls. Everything that they have tried to do within that universe has failed miserably. Morbius, yeah, it didn't do well. And that's what's funny. Supergirl did worse than Morbius. Supergirl did worse than Morbius. That's bad. That's bad. That's so bad. That's so bad. Fuck, where am I going to put this one? That's so bad. And of course, they're blaming it all on the toxic men. Toxic masculinity. Men didn't come see it. When it's funny that over 60% of the audience for Supergirl was middle-aged white men. Middle-aged white men. Over 60% of the audience for that movie. Middle-aged white men. Where were you at, bitches? Hey, all you feminist bitches. Where were you at? Did you go see the movie that you're telling me that it's my fault that it failed? Did your ass go fucking pay for it? Did you go fucking see it in the theaters? Or did you just think it was my job to make it successful so you could feel better about your fucking piece of shit self? Is that what it was? Is that what it was? All the men were supposed to go make this a success so that you could go on Twitter and say, yay, a movie that I had no intention of ever go seeing. It did well. Yay. Is that what it was, bitches? Is that what it was, you feminist pieces of shit? Was that what it was? Because I bet that's what it was. But you didn't want to actually put your own money in it. No, God, no. You got better things to do, right? You're not going to go see some comic book movie. Psh. You just want to know that your message is out there and that people are being force-fed it, and that makes you feel good. Harris says, who asked for a Supergirl movie? I don't mind that they made a Supergirl movie. I'm a big fan of Supergirl. You know, I'm legit. I love the Superman family. I love all the characters in it. Superman, Superboy, Supergirl. I was ecstatic when they reintroduced Supergirl as an actual Kryptonian back in the 2000s, I think it was. Something like that. I was ecstatic. I was like, finally, the real Supergirl, because that's the way she used to be. The old one that died in the 80s during Crisis on Infinite Earths, she was a Kryptonian. And for like 30 fucking years, 20, 25 years, 20 something, it was a long fucking time. 20 to 30 years, the character was not a Kryptonian. They had different versions, and at one time she was an angel, at another time she was a fucking a lab, you know, experiment by Lex Luthor. You know, there was all these different versions of her, but they never went back to being Kryptonian until they finally did. And you may remember it's the particular version of Supergirl where she's got the crop top, long sleeve shirt and the red skirt. And that, I loved that design. I loved the character because when she first appeared, she didn't know her place in the world, and so for like a year they had her co-starring in all these different team books because, you know, that was what it was. Clark wanted her to find her place, so he made deals, and he was like, hey, can y'all let her join your group and, you know, and be with you guys for a little bit just to see, you know, if that's where she fits in. So she was in all these team books for like a year long, trying to find her own place and everything. She was trained by the Amazon. She was trained by Wonder Woman. You know, it was just a fucking excellent build to a character. And because she was too good, then you had dipshits. Tom King came in and decided, hey, I'm going to turn her into a drunk bitch in this Woman of Tomorrow story and make her irresponsible, and we're going to do all this other shit and stupid stuff. And that was already a bastardization of the Supergirl character. And then they decided to bastardize the bastardization of the Supergirl character in order to make this fucking movie. It was doomed from the start. At some point in time, Hollywood executives are going to have to start figuring out that they're going to have to write in their contracts for their fucking little dipshit bitch female stars to shut their fucking mouths. Don't say a goddamn word about anything political, about anything that might be, you know, divide the audience. Shut your fucking mouth and keep your opinions unto yourself until you are out of contract. And then you can say whatever the fuck you want. But as long as you are employed by Warner Brothers Studio or by Paramount Studio or whatever other studio, you will shut your fucking mouth. Until they do that, all of these movies are going. These little bitches cannot help go out there and virtue signal about the stupidest bullshit. Harris says, typical millennial writers. Exactly. You know? Shut the fuck up. Your job is to entertain people. If you wanted to change lives, you should have been a social worker. You should have been a teacher. You know, you should have been something along those lines. But you're a fucking actress. You pretend, and other people put words in your mouth. That's your job. That's it. You are a trained monkey. That's what you are. You are a trained monkey dancing for people's dollars. Shut your fucking mouth. You are not going to change the world because you starred in a Supergirl movie. That's not going to happen. In no reality anywhere in the multiverse is you being in a Supergirl movie going to change the world. Nope. Harris says, why they keep doing this over and over? I wish I knew, dude. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. They still think that it's going to sell. And they don't, they're very slowly starting to realize that you cannot guilt people into going to your movie. You cannot call people misogynist, racist, xenophobic, transphobic, homophobic. You cannot say, if you don't go see our movie, you're all of these things. And people are going to go fuck yourself. I'm not going to go see your movie just on principle now. You cannot bully people into making a successful fucking film, or a TV show, or a comic book, or a video game. If it is shit, it is shit. And if your only weapon is to say, well, you're a misogynist, you just hate women. If that's your only fucking weapon, then you're going to be in the fucking streets. You're going to be slinging fries at McDonald's. Is what you're going to be. Because you don't get to dictate what the audience likes. The audience will tell you what they fucking like. And if you decide, oh, I know better than the audience, then your movies are not going to be successful. Your music is not going to be successful. Your comics are not going to be successful. And your video games are not going to be successful. Because we don't have to fucking buy it. We don't have to buy it. You see, that was something else that they didn't understand. When all of these motherfuckers, when all of these people, all of these fucking feminists and all these fucking progressives and all these, woke pieces of shit writers and everything, when they snuck into these things, when they snuck into comic books, when they snuck into TV, when they snuck into movies and they started taking it over, they thought that we didn't have a choice. That they could put whatever the fuck they wanted in a Star Wars movie, and we were so fucking addicted, so fucking obsessed with Star Wars that we would just eat it because it was Star Wars. They never in a million years thought it was possible that we would just walk the fuck away from it. They never thought that was an option. They thought that we were captive to these franchises, and that the fear of missing out or whatever it was would keep us going to them, would keep us pumping money into it, whether or not they were intentionally meant to look down on the very fan base that made it popular, and that would be the ones going to it. They never thought that it was an option, that when they said, well, we didn't make this for you, that we would be like, okay, cool, well, I'm going to go spend my money on something else then. They never thought that was going to happen. And that's what we're showing them right now. That's what we're showing them right now, that we are perfectly willing to leave all this shit in the fucking dust. Because you don't understand. If you're a fan of Doctor Who, there is 60 years of content. 60 years of content before you fucked it up, that we can go back on and relive and watch and enjoy and love. The Star Wars movies, there's all kinds of books, there's all kinds of novels, there's the 3 original movies, there's TV movies, all of that shit that still exists that we can go back and watch. We don't have to watch your shit. We can go watch the old stuff. Star Trek, the same thing. There's so much other content up until the point that you decided to fuck it up that we can go back and enjoy. And you can have whatever's new. For as long as you can afford to fucking make it, because nobody's going to be giving you any money. They never thought that was possible. That we would be capable of doing that. That we would just be like, all right, fine. All right, fine. And that's why they get so pissed off at us when this shit fails. Because we're not supposed to be able to let it fail. So they're you know, it's the bottom line. But you know, hey, keep making these shitty fucking movies. Keep trying to push a narrative. Keep trying to change the mentality of the audience. Keep on trying, and watch every fucking studio one by one crumble. Because we don't have to give you our money. We do not have to. We do not have to pay for shit that we don't like simply because you think that we should. But again, you know, say it's my fault. I went. I paid money. And as a matter of fact, the time that I went the time that I was able to go was so late at night that the only option I had to go see was 3D. So I paid twice as much as I normally would have to go see that piece of shit movie. I paid. I went and saw it in the theater the opening weekend, and I fucking hated it. Dude, fucking, why is that dude not dying? Oh, those are, oh, wait, no, those are the things that are, okay, I get it. Those things don't die. Those are the things that's giving me shit. Am I supposed to blow them up? I don't understand. What are those? But yeah. It just pisses me off when somebody says, I'm not making this for you, and then it fails, and then they blame you. I thought you said you weren't making it for me. You guys gotta stop fucking chasing this audience that don't exist. Women don't like these fucking movies. They don't like these movies. Women do not like comic books. Women do not like video games. Are there women out there who do? Of course. Of course there are. But by and goddamn large, if you go to a motherfucking convention, and I'm not talking about one of the big ones, like you know, San Diego or fucking Chicago or the New York Comic-Con, I'm talking if you go to the motherfucking low-key conventions at your local fucking hotel, you know, or your local fucking Hilton, you know, or any other fucking franchise of shitty fucking motels, you know, which is often where they're held. What are you gonna see? You're gonna see middle-aged, white, dudes. That's what you're going to see. Now, of course, if you go to these fucking conventions where it's all about Hollywood and there's going to be stars there and they're going to have panels and all that kind of shit, of course you're going to get in all these fake geek girls. These girls who fucking, you know, who quote unquote cosplay and walk around dressed way sluttier than the characters in the comic books dress. And that's as far as their geekdom goes. You know, I watched Pokemon when I was a kid. And then suddenly in their adult life, they watch every goddamn cartoon and every fucking thing they can to try to prove, oh, I'm a geek. I'm a geek. I know I'm a drop-dead gorgeous fucking girl who poses half naked on OnlyFans, but I'm really just a geek like you are. No, you're fucking not. No, you're fucking not. No, you're fucking not. You have more shit, I'm sure. You have more collectible shit, in large part because people send you stuff. And in another part, because you're fucking rich and you can afford to fucking buy all this shit that you don't care about. But no, you're not a fucking geek. Are you an outcast? You're not a geek. Are you hated by the general public? You're not a fucking geek. Those things are required. Those things are part of it. Part of being a geek is that you are a social outcast that nobody wants anything to do with. So if everybody's a geek, guess what? Nobody is. You're mainstream. You're not a geek. You're not different. You're not special. You're not above everybody else. You're just like everybody else. You're just like everybody else. Your knowledge of comic books comes from the fucking movies. It doesn't come from the comic books. It comes from the fucking movies. All the current shit. Which is shit. Which is shit. Just fucking shit. You girls love it when you see failed fucking horrible goddamn people portrayed as heroes, because that makes you feel good about yourself, because you are a horrible failed human being. Yeah, you got all kinds of money because you take your clothes off on OnlyFans. Sure. That doesn't make you a success. That just means that you have money. That doesn't make you a good person. It just means you have money. It means that you prey off of lonely men. And that's how you support your lavish lifestyle. You post your pictures and you say, hey guys, jerk off to me, and then you want to be treated like a human. No, you're a piece of meat. That's all you are. You're a piece of meat. And it's such a shame. It's such a shame. It's because when cosplay started making its, appearance, because up until like 20 years ago or so, cosplay was something that only people who went to Star Trek conventions and Star Wars conventions did. People didn't go. You didn't see that shit when you went to a comic book convention. You didn't see people dressed as characters. That's not something that people did. And then all these hot chicks decided to start doing it. And I was all for it. I was such a huge fan of it because I was like, oh, this is awesome. All these hot women want to portray all these hot characters, and that's pretty cool. And then you slowly started to realize that they didn't know anything about geek culture. They didn't have a fucking clue about geek culture. They just knew that they liked the attention that wearing a skimpy outfit gives them from a bunch of guys. A bunch of horny guys. They loved that. They fed on that. And before long, every one of them, all the big names, all the recognizable people, either started doing OnlyFans or they retired because they realized where it was all going, and which was to porn. It wasn't just about oh, look at this Supergirl outfit that I slaved over. Look at this League of Legends costume that I fucking made and slaved over. And no, then it suddenly became, look, I'm wearing a wig and some color themed fucking lingerie. I'm Supergirl. No, you're just a whore. You're just an internet cyber prostitute. That's all you are. That's all you'll ever be. If you ever have kids one day, you have years and years and years of shit that you're gonna have to shield your fucking child from. The ridicule that your child is going to have to experience when they go to school and their schoolmates find out that their friend's mom was an OnlyFans model. You don't know what that does, what that could do to a child's fucking psyche. You know, to a little boy, and every one of his friends or every one of his classmates is calling his mom a whore on a daily basis. You don't know. You don't know what that could possibly do to that boy. But you be proud, you know, sex workers are people too. No, they're not. No, they're not. I can remember my friends in school and in high school, my best friends. We would sit around, you know, whoever's dinner table we happened to be at that particular weekend, in the middle of the night, having these lengthy discussions about everything, about, you know, comic books, and oh my God, they should make this into it, and they should do this, and they should do that, and one of the things that we always knew was that being a geek was not a thing that you should be. We always knew that there was something wrong with us, because we were so obsessed with these fictional characters. We didn't try to hide it. We didn't try to fucking disguise it. We knew there was something fucking wrong with us. We were not normal. We celebrated that abnormality, but we knew that we were social rejects. We knew that in certain groups of people we had to keep our fandom, you know, on the down low. This was simply part of being a geek. Is that you cannot let your geek flag fly. You had to keep it, you know, in the pocket. And that is one of the things that has made me so resentful of all these goddamn people. I can't tell you how many times I've had people who were fucking MCU fans in real life, you know what I'm saying, at different jobs, start talking to me about shit. And I think, oh, okay, this person might know what they're talking about. And then slowly within the conversation, I realized that their only frame of reference is the MCU. Their only frame of reference is the Arrowverse from the CW. That's all they know about comic books. And when you realize that, you're like, oh, fuck that, fuck those shows, fuck those movies, fuck all of it. If I could go back in time, if I could go back in time and do one thing, it would be to tell everybody involved, and every geek, everybody that loved comic books, everybody that loved sci-fi and fantasy and Lord of the Rings and Doctor Who and fucking everything, I would go to all those people and I would be like, I know you want to share this with the world. I know you love this so much and you appreciate this so much and you value it so much and you see how awesome it is. I know you do. And I know you just want people to experience what you experienced. But shut up. Stop trying to get these people to appreciate this stuff. Keep the fuck out of it all. Don't let anybody outside in ever. That's what I would go back and say. I would tell all these people, quit pushing for movies to be made of this shit. Stop. Because they're going to make it shit. Stop. Just accept that these things that you love, very few people are ever going to appreciate and understand and experience. And just fucking accept it. That's what I would do. Is it Wally Tom? I don't think there's a wall crasher in this game. I've never seen one. You know, it's just, it's just, these things used to be so great. You know, stories that stood the test of time, you know. And now it's all shit. Now it's all written by people who hate it and who fundamentally want to change it and make it something that it never was intended to be. And that's their only goal. That's literally their only goal, is to take shit away from the people who loved it. That's it. That's it. Was to make whatever it was theirs now. There was never any love in it. There was never any appreciation. Yeah, they are. Harris says movies today are cringe. Yeah. Because you can't be funny. Because in order to be funny, somebody is always going to have to be the brunt of the joke. Somebody is going to have to be the butt of the joke, and they can't tolerate the possibility that somebody, you know, might be uncomfortable, unless of course the butt of the joke is a straight white Christian, you know, person, and then, oh yeah, then we'll make fun of them all day long. But you know, we can't make fun of disabled people. We can't make fun of foreigners. We can't make fun of homeless people. We can't make fun of drug addicts. We can't fucking portray actual criminals as what actual criminals look like, because, oh, that's racist. Oh, I'm sorry. That might have been a step too far that time. You know, so all the bad guys and everything have to be white. If somebody's getting mugged on the street in a movie, it's going to be by a white person every fucking time, instead of the actual reality that they're probably a different shade. And this applies to America. I'm not saying anything about anybody from any other country. I'm talking about America when I'm talking about certain groups of people. There is a big difference. But yeah, it's always got to be a white guy now. And that was one of the things, you know, God damn it. Just God damn it. Just God damn it. Ooh, Heavenly Gates. Very cool. You know, there was, prior to, I don't know, 20 years ago, in entertainment, there was diversity in TV shows. There was diversity in comic books. There was diversity in movies. But it was natural diversity. You know, it was realistic diversity. You know, what they're trying to give you now is not realistic. What they're trying to give you now, like, look at this fucking Odyssey movie. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. Helen of Troy was not a black woman. Period. Period. She wasn't. She wasn't. Cleopatra, not a black woman. Anne Boleyn, not a black woman. And yet, all of these people that I just mentioned have been turned into black women in the most latest reproductions of the films, the latest retellings of their story. You know, it is obvious then when you start making actual historical movies that are intended to be taken from actual history, and you race swap people. That's not an artistic choice that you're making. That is intentionally trying to brainwash people into thinking that the world has always been that way. That back in, you know, feudal fucking Europe, that they had just a massive amount of Spanish people, black people, fucking goddamn Ethiopians, fucking Saudi Arabians. They didn't. If you went back 1,000 years to ancient fucking Europe, everybody is fucking white. Everybody's white. If you go back to 1,000 years ago to sub-Saharan Africa, everybody's black. Everybody's black. If you go 1,000 years ago to ancient Japan, everybody's Japanese. Everybody's Japanese. They I don't know if you heard that. I was punching the arm of my chair. And that doesn't make it wrong. It's just the way it fucking was. And you do not have to come in with modern sensibilities and say, you know what, Odysseus should be a crippled, wheelchair-bound, gay Puerto Rican. That's what we're going to do with our movie because we're brave. Because we're so brave. Because we're so brave and beautiful. That's what we decided to do. And if you don't like it, you're a bigot, you're an ableist, you're a racist, you're a transphobe. I just get so fucking tired of that. I just get so fucking tired of it. I don't like lies. And that's what that is. That's a lie. That's a fucking blatant, intentional goddamn lie. And I know how many fucking stupid people out there are gonna see that and take it as the truth. And you know what's fucking evil? They know that too. The ones making that shit know that too. They know that their audience, the majority of their audience, is stupid. Is too stupid to know the truth. So they do this shit in order to justify everything that they're doing now. What? Oh, okay. I think I understand what that means. Yeah. I don't know. I get so goddamn mad about this shit. Wait. You good or frustrating? I'm not sure what you're saying there, Harris. I'm sorry. God damn. They're escaping. What is this? Well, let's upgrade it. And again. Yep. Okay. So let's move you. We're gonna put you. Fuck, I don't know. I don't want to put you there. Shit. Alright, I guess we'll put you there. You back. No, stay here for a minute. Where the fuck are you gonna go? God damn it. Harris says I'm still on the TFD game now. I'm probably gonna switch to that here in just a minute or two, because I've unlocked a new thing, which is basically all I was wanting to do here. I'm gonna have to fucking do so much work to this goddamn fucking city. I'm so not happy that my perfect little. I was so happy with the way it was designed. I was like, oh, it looks great. Everybody's walking around and they've got room to move and shit. And now I'm going to have to slam all these goddamn buildings together like goddamn Tetris just to fit them all in. I don't like that. It makes me angry. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. But yeah, I think we got some shit accomplished. We got some new people unlocked. Happy about that. 3 new people. Be interesting to see how they work. Let's see. Let me just see real quick. Just one place. So I'm assuming I still have a blueprint there. God damn it. I'm assuming that once I get all this last one and all the blueprints here, I'm assuming that will make the DLC available. Because the DLC was free. You didn't have to buy it. You didn't have to buy an expansion or anything. It was just free. But I don't know if it's showing up yet or not. I am not sure. But yeah. I'm probably going to switch to the first Descendant now. Let's see, it is 3 o'clock. I don't know. That would put me at like... I'm tempted, but I don't want to play it necessarily for 6 hours. Maybe. Shit. I would like to play. I'd like to finish Gears of War because I'm very close. That game's I've almost completed it. I'm very much considering that because I could probably knock that out in a couple hours and then jump on the first Descendant. But at the same time, there is a lot of shit to do. Harris says, "Come on, C." Harris just wants me to play the first Descendant, I think. I don't know if y'all noticed that. I think that's what's happening. Well, either way, I'm gonna have to Because for anybody out there who's watching right now, I stream from my PlayStation 5. And unlike like using OBS or something like that, you know, unlike using your computer with the PlayStation, if you turn the game off, it stops live streaming. So when I switch games, I have to stop and then restart a live stream, which is unfortunate. Yeah. Harris says your waifu is waiting. Yeah, I know. All right. Fuck. Yeah, I guess I'll go to the first ascendant. I'm gonna take a couple minutes, go use the bathroom, maybe grab a snack, check on my cats. So it'll be a few minutes. But yeah, I'll jump back on I'll jump on the first ascendant. So let me do my closing thing, since all of these essentially will be separate episodes instead of one continuous thing, which would be awesome. But I don't have a capture card. That's my problem mainly with my setup and everything. Number one, I have two laptops, and neither one of them is a gaming laptop. They're just laptops, so I can't really do anything with gaming on those. And I need a capture card if I were to use the computer to do my shit from. I'm sure somebody out there could walk me through how to do it from the PlayStation. I'm sure somebody out there knows. But that is not knowledge that I have. That is not knowledge or expertise that I have. But yes, I'm going to go. Okay, so I have to do my closing spiel. So I'm going to have to do this at the end of every one of them. I'm going to have to do my intro and my outro for every one of them over the next 2 days. So just everybody get used to you can write it down and be like, oh, he's like a bingo. Oh, he said it this way. Anyway. So yes, I'm sorry if anybody out there watching did not, I'm sorry I was venting a little bit, I would say you could chalk it up to me being hot, not having AC, but I'm prone to ranting and raving anyway. It's just part of me and part of my nature. So sorry if I got a little too whatever. But yes, thank you everybody for being here for the opening segment of my America Turns 250 Subathon. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I do appreciate you, and I very much hope that you will show up for the rest of them. You don't have to be here for all of them. I have to be here for all of them, but you don't have to be here for all of them. But, showing up occasionally is pretty awesome. Harris, always a pleasure, sir. I will see you shortly on the first Ascendant. For those of you out there who were lurking, and there was a few of you. There's 4 people watching right now, which is a lot for, this particular game and at this particular time for me to be playing. This is not when my audience is generally on. So, thank you for being here as well, guys. Anybody watching this, Harris says I'm waiting. For anybody who might be watching this as a video later, thank you for making it this far into the video. I appreciate you guys as well. If any of you groups of people that I just mentioned saw something here that you might have been entertained by, maybe you like the way I rant and rave, maybe you enjoy this game. It is a fun game. I highly recommend this game to anybody that just likes old school fucking arcade games. This is such a fucking awesome game, and it is oddly addictive. There's so many elements of it that you will find yourself obsessing with, like me and my little city and the way I've got it set up and all that kind of stuff. It really is a good game. It was kind of big for just a week or two when it first came out, and then everybody dropped it like they tend to do. But it's very cheap. It's very cheap. All the DLC is free. You don't have to pay for anything once you buy the initial game. It's well worth it because it's just a lot of fucking fun. It's just, and you can just every once in a while jump on and do a mission or two and then move on to another game. It's one of those kind of games that you can just be like, I don't feel like getting involved in anything really big right now. I just got about 30 minutes. Let me just play a quick, couple runs of Ball Pit. I mean, it's very fun. It's very fun. Can't recommend it enough. But yes, if you saw something here, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Subscriptions are particularly helpful right now as I am 58 away from the 500 necessary to unlock super chats and memberships, and that is partly why I'm doing this 2-day subathon, is to try to get a few more in there. I'm not expecting to get all 58. I don't think that's realistic, but if a handful or more would be pretty cool. If you would like to, and this is totally optional and totally up to you, support the channel in a different way, you will find links to my Patreon and my Ko-fi on my YouTube community page. If you saw something here you think might be worth $1 or $2, that would be the place to drop it. And believe you me, at this point in time in my life, without air conditioning, it would be so helpful. But again, no pressure, totally optional, totally up to you. While you're at all that, check out the rest of the shit on my channel. I have over 1,500 videos on my channel. Over 1,500. Listen to that number. Over 1,500 videos on my channel. I have got so much shit to entertain your eyeballs, you just would not believe it. I have concerts that I've been to that were shot on a really good quality phone, so the visuals and the audio are really good. So if you're into that handful of bands that I have posted so far, you should really check them out. I don't get anything from them. Obviously, they've been copyright claimed, which was I expected when I uploaded them, because it's not my music, it's somebody else's music. But I just wanted to share my experience at those concerts with everybody. Kind of a snapshot of where I was in the world at that particular moment in time. And I really like those bands, so check them out if you do too. Also, I have original music that I write the lyrics to, and I stress that 100%. I write the lyrics to. I used to be a singer-songwriter in my younger days, and I had a volume of lyrics that were just sitting for goddamn half my life in a folder, never seeing the light of day. Nobody was ever going to get to hear my words and what I wanted to say until AI music maker apps came along. And now I give life to those songs through an AI app in the form of a 4-piece all-girl metal band called The Circle. You will find 10 albums on my channel right now so far. I have more stuff written and more stuff coming. There's been some upheaval in the world of the AI music maker apps at the moment, and I'm kind of waiting to see how the dust settles before I start looking for a new one to use. But yeah, more. I do plan on making more, but currently there are 10 albums, about 12 songs a piece, close to 30 minutes a piece. Not a huge investment of your time to give one a shot, and you never know, you may really fucking dig it, and that'd be super awesome. You can also find the lovely ladies of The Circle every Wednesday night on Wicked Wednesday Night. That is a female division of my original character simulated wrestling federation. The men's division is every Monday for Monday Night Mania, and as I mentioned earlier, I am in that. You can see me and my friend Talon. And actually, I have 3 other friends who are also in there. And there's actually two other versions of me, really. So there's essentially 3 of me in that universe. One of them is pretty obvious because it's got the name of my YouTube channel, Carbonor. The other 2 you probably wouldn't be able to guess, but you know, maybe I'll tell you one day. Also, I have a female celebrity federation. It's every Tuesday. That's Tuesday Night Download. I've got a DC versus Marvel that I swear is coming soon, and upgrades for the men's division and the female celebrity federation coming towards the end of the year, probably later than that because I'm late on everything. It's just my nature. I don't like it. I don't like that about myself, but it's just, you know, that's just me. Also, every morning I do daily live streams between 6 and 9 a.m. where I play the First Descendant. I took the week off this week because of the heat wave, because if you only knew how much hotter wearing headphones makes you, it's unbelievable. It is unfucking believable. Putting on a set of headphones, how much it it's stupid how much hotter it makes you. You wouldn't think that it makes that big a difference, but you close up those ear holes and goddamn, you're just on fire. Right now, I'm sweating with these headphones on. But yes, between 6 and 9 every morning, except for Mondays. Mondays are my day off because I have other things that I have to do on Mondays, unfortunately. Sometimes chat joins in. We play some of the harder missions or just go farming for materials. Sometimes chat's just there to give me moral support as I build my characters. And sometimes they're there to give me shit for the ways that I choose to do that. But a fun time is had by all regardless. And we would love to see you there. We've developed a really cool community of some really solid gentlemen who show up. Harris being one of those. You'll see a lot of names pop up every so often, and we love seeing them there. And we would love for you to be a part of it. So if you see us pop up in your feed, stop on by and say hey. Join in the fun. We ain't gonna bite you. Also, every Friday between 8 and 11 p.m. I have Fall Guys Fortnite Friday, which for the last few weeks have had to cancel for various reasons. Part of it, most of it, was me trying to figure out how I'm going to do the movie reviews that I do now. But it's coming back, I promise. Also, much like with First Ascendant, I'm totally open to playing with chat, but only if you want to play against the general audience, duos, trios, or squads. I just don't have the participation right now to justify doing like custom matches or anything like that. So, but if you want to play, throw it in the chat, and we'll make it happen. As if that wasn't enough, I also have a shitload of playthroughs, all kinds of genres, all kinds of titles: horror, action, adventure, racing, roguelite, walking simulator, gotcha games, and I'm probably going to play a little bit of every one of those kinds that I just mentioned over the next 2 days. I've got a lot of fucking games to play. All kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. I'm down to play just about anything. I have a massive library of over 300 games that I have played not much of. Some, I played a lot of them, but a lot of them, you get these titles from being a PlayStation Plus member, and you're like, I'll download, I'll add it to the library. I don't know if I'll ever get around to playing it, but I have a lot of games like that. That it's like, oh, cool, I got that for free. Oh shit! But then you never get around to actually playing it. But when you're doing a YouTube channel, you got to get around to actually playing those eventually. And as if that wasn't enough, I also do movie reviews now. It's been in flux. It's been a learning progress, process as I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with it. how I want to work it, and I think I figured it out now. I think I figured out what my particular way of doing it is going to be. So hopefully it'll be cool. But yeah, check those out too. And as I said, this is not the end of the subathon. I will be taking just a few minutes break. Like I said, to go do a couple little things, get something to drink, maybe a snack, check on my cats. And I will be back with the first descendant. So keep your eyes on this channel. In just a few minutes, maybe 10, 15 at the absolute most, I will be back. So I hope to see you there. And until next time, or until then, later.